Looks like you're clear on the pit exit. Your brakes are cold. We need to get some heat into them.
Oh, you're here already? Didn't even know.
Yeah, I was about to say, I thought I was an AMSU voice.
I just assumed you wouldn't have hopped in here already, sort of thing. Yeah, I had a weird crash before. I crashed, heavy damage, and during the same spin, I then hit another wall, and the damage was reset. Just like, oh, right.
Reverted? So you got a free pass?
Yeah. Listen, there was like a brief moment where I saw all my display on one side of the car go red because I just, sideswiped something, and then I was spinning around, and a second and a half later hit something else. It was like, oh right, I've just got front wing damage now. I mean, it was still back.
Well, there you go. But, worth trying.
Yeah. And you're definitely right about if you hit something side on, like I slid into the barrier, but hit it full on, square on the side of the car and got 0. Just like, that was a really hard hit, 0 damage. And then glance something else, and you've lost a wheel. So.
Yeah, the damage it seems to do a lot on the angle that the wheel is hit at. So yeah, if you've got the steering straight, it's pretty happy with it a lot of the time.
Oh, the angle of the steering input you think is the biggest factor?
Yeah, so if you get your side swipe, but you've got steering lock on, you can get quite a lot of front suspension damage from it. And similarly, so I think that it's basically, it calculates what angle the wheel is hit against the axle.
Right.
And that's why if you get like a car impacting you at an angle, it damages your suspension, but a side swipe doesn't do too much, I think.
Right, okay. That might explain it. I mean, it's, I don't know. I mean, we do run very low damage in our seasons, but I hate having races ruined because of a tiny rub against somebody. Or even a bigger, you get punted off or whatever, and it's not your fault, or even if it is your fault. If it's 30 minutes into a race, it's pretty gutting to basically have no chance of a decent battle because you're now at the back of the field having spent 2 minutes in the pits or something like that. So, but the damage model's a bit silly at the moment, I think.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm sort of... Sorry, gear shifting at the same time. Come from the iRacing side of things where it's like having race or what would be race-ending damage in a normal race seems like a perfectly normal thing.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, sorry, if you thought that was a dig at or not a dig, but a comment on the high damage in the GT3 races or whatever. I've had a lot of fun in the GT3 races, so it's not. That wasn't. It was just explanation of how we've got to how we normally do it at AMSU, if you see what I mean.
I totally get that, and especially with open lobbies, sometimes it's a complete raffle on the first lap. But
yeah, that's it. If you haven't got a team, a gathering of like UKCSR guys, are all really good drivers, and so got trust when you go into a corner side by side with somebody. Where doing that with an open lobby, where even if somebody's quick, absolutely. You don't know if they're respectful, do you? You can be quick and still be a bit of a douche on track, can't you?
Yeah, completely.
Well, I suppose I better focus though, because I've attempted to do an out lap 4 times, but I always end up driving the out lap too hard and never get to the end of it.
Oh, nice. Well, I've got a confession that I've actually done a few laps of this earlier today, and I reckon that I can do a 7:44.
Oh, well, yeah, I saw your time. Very good. I can get into low 50s. I think I can get. I've definitely got room for improvement. Every time I'm on a decent lap, I've been in. 2 questions. I don't know what the corner's called, and I'm sorry if I'm distracting you on your outlet, but you go down a hill and the suppression compresses as you turn into a corner, and it tends to send you off, so I have to slow down it. Your 5th gear is early on the lap, the first sort of quarter of the lap.
After the sharp right hand, so you've got Flugplatz, which is the jump before the fast right-hander.
Yes, that's it, yeah.
Then
and then you go over the top, as it were.
Yeah, you go over the top, you've then got the the 90-degree right that you have to brake for, which is Bergberg, and then you go down that hill. Is that the hill you're talking about?
That's it. It's got a little
Yeah,
kind
the
of
foxhole.
flat-out chicane at the top. Foxhole, yeah. So I wondered what you're doing for that. Have you raised your suspension to stop it bottoming out? Because I've raised mine a little bit, and I can now go through it pretty quick. But I've got to come off the power, and I've done it. I did have this in the Porsche RSR, which is my favourite car for driving around modern Nords. And the same thing, I just can't get through that corner unless I back off and downshift and go easy.
So I'm nearly default. I've done one click extra on the front springs because I found that it kept wanting to oversteer into corners. So I've done one click harder on the front springs. I've moved the brake bias to 53, I think. Just double check. Yep, 53.
Well, are you flat out through that corner
And
then?
yes,
or
I
what
am
are you doing?
completely flat, I believe. I will double check when I get back to it, but I think I'm just dealing with it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you get used to it enough times, you probably can, sort of thing.
I think so long as you're not overly reacting to it, the car settles itself, but I will double check when I go through it next time.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you for that. What was the other one? Oh yeah, there's the jump on at the end when you're coming around to finish the lap on the very far straight. There's a crest and a jump. The number of times I've been on a good lap and binned it on that flipping. It's got a very slight left turn just after the jump. And if I don't
what
get
is
the
the
angle
bridge
just
on the
right,
model
I just
track?
die.
I've definitely had sympathy lifts there, but you can do it flat.
Yeah, if you're brave, if you're very brave.
Yeah, or if you're brave and you've timed it right, yeah.
I do love how with this car though you just kind of you can set it up in the corner so many ways. You can use the throttle to set it up out of the corner, or you can be using the brake to get the brake to shift over the front so it'll turn in. It does, and it's forgiving. It seems forgiving anyway. Until you get a waggle on, then it's not forgiving at all. But as long as you can keep it in check, it's very, very fun.
Yeah, I think so long as you can keep it in check while you're braking, because if it starts to go, if the tail comes out while you're braking, you lose like 50 metres worth of braking performance, which is a bit terrifying. But other than that, it's mostly a quite forgiving car, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Are you near the end of a lap? Because I might jump in behind you and then follow you around as best I can.
Yeah, I'm just arriving on Dossier now. So I will be about 40 seconds to the pits.
Right, I shall poodle out, get through the first corner and try and let you smoothly past on the second street.
Sounds good.
And then I'll watch you just speed whilst I try and keep up on cold tyres.
Yeah, the cold tyres are an absolute nightmare.
You might get a yellow flag warning, but I'm parked up out the way, mate, so ignore it.
Okay, John, what's your oil temperature? It's pretty high.
Just coming on to start finish now.
Yeah, so I'm after that kind of full 360 loop first corner.
Yeah, cool.
Parked up out the way, so you ignore the yellow flag, I'm not in your way.
Yellow flag, watch out.
That was pretty shit. Yeah, completely flat through the foxhole until I start braking for the crest.
Thank you, thank you.
Your engine temperatures are looking better now.
Jesus, car. Keep an eye on your oil temperature, it's creeping up. Definitely keep trying to run that wide. But there's no curbing here on this version.
Alright John, your engine temperatures are okay. All clear on engine temperatures.
very nice 744.
Yeah, the problem is now I know there's even more time to be found.
Temperatures are okay. All clear on engine temperatures. Jesus, let's not do that again. See it down to third, it's definitely a mistake over the crest. We've established this now, so let's stop trying to do it, shall we? Oh, you messed this up real bad. This should be worth a few tenths. If you stay out the wall, which you don't. Oh, no more tenths this lap though.
You make a mistake.
Yep, full death.
Pit exit's clear.
What H-pattern shifter am I hearing in the background?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, what are you using? What version is it?
Oh, it's a SHH Mute 2, which was basically the cheapest one I could find to replace my Fanatec one that kept misreading.
Oh, I'll have to look that one up.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It was $99. And yeah, has been absolutely faultless and has a sequential mode, so yeah, as long as you can get over the slightly unpleasant feel to it, it's been brilliant.
Well, I'm using a G27 on its own little cable with a Fanatec wheel, so anything would probably be better. It's very warm.
Yeah, the G27 one is very prone to having the same misreading issues as the Fanatec does, apparently.
Yeah, it's taking a lot of configuration, but it's reliable for me at the moment. Just would like something better.
Yeah, I assume the G27 unit, I had a G25 and a G29, so I assume it's somewhere between the two of those. And the SHH one has a much longer throw to the lever, which is a bit nicer. Has reminded me that yes, the reason you can hear it is that when it's in third, it's the same key as my push to talk button on my wheel. I remember this now.
Oh, that's okay. No worries. Have you adjusted gearing or anything to get a better top speed? I'm topping out at 285.
Yeah, I think I've gone 2 clicks longer on final drive.
Okay, I'll have to check it out. I'm on the limiter at 285.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely a long way off the limiter. And it does mean that on the back street, as it were, that runs up to the carousel, I could just leave it in fourth and keep the full 470 horsepower, whatever it is, rather than the 230 or 430 you get when it's not at the limiter.
Yeah, I'll give it a go. We'll manage to set a time at least. Oh, a new best for me. The lockup or heavy skid sound effect seems to have improved. I don't know if you've noticed any different. Sounds different to me in the last update.
Yeah, I don't know. I heard in the BMW 2002 race, it was much quieter than I was expecting it to be. So I realised about halfway into that I was locking up my fronts almost all the time.
Okay, John, your engine temperatures are now back to normal.
I saw the same GP lap stream. I didn't know you were part of that one, but Is that the one you're referring to?
No, it was the race at Donington that we did, where I got stung massively by the track limits.
Yes, you did.
But yeah, it took me about halfway. Oh, sorry, countersteer. About halfway through the race to actually realise that I was locking the fronts at all. And then obviously you couldn't change it in that car, which was handy. But yeah, it feels like I can hear it reasonably well in this.
It sounds more like a squeal rather than just increased scrub sound, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, no,
I don't know
exactly.
if it's just me, but it seems different.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's your oil temperature? It's pretty high.
I was kind of chalking it down to it being more that I've been driving more vintage cars, so it seems like
Yeah,
a
it could be
more
that.
road-blocky tyre of squeal rather than a shriek that you get with slicks, but I don't know.
Yeah, that good point actually. We have done a lot of the historic stuff, haven't we?
That was a disappointing end to that section.
Your engine temperatures are now back to normal.
It's time to get really high again. That was genuinely shit.
Sector 1 time's okay.
That was good. That was nice.
Okay, John, keep an eye on your oil temperature. It's creeping up.
Jesus Christ. Oh, you prick.
Alright, John, you need to watch the track limits.
You fucking dickhead.
Your engine temperatures are okay. All clear on engine temperatures. Watch your oil temperature, it's pretty high.
Bloody exit there as well.
Sector 1 time is good.
Steering on the brakes there.
You're outside track limits there.
God fucking damn it.
Okay, John, watch your oil temperature. It's pretty high. Brake temps are good. Your engine temperatures are now back to normal. Temperature's getting a bit high.
Yeah, literally threw it all away. It's just annoying. Thank God I was a bit scared then.
Your engine temperatures are now back to normal.
Well, that was pretty shit.
By a second.
Keep an eye on your oil temperature.
You or
It's
me?
creeping up.
You, last time I looked, anyway, it was 44, it's now 43.
Yeah, I reckon a 42's on the cards.
On the last fucking corner of the fucking outlet, bastard. I'm so satisfied with getting that jump flat out.
It is a mean corner. There's not really
I just
two ways
carried
about it.
Well, more speed, slightly more speed than I normally do, but I thought, yeah, taking that well, Jim. Just delay your braking a bit more, you know there's room, and then just slightly on the grass when I needed to brake, and it was just like, yeah, that's dead. Give it another attempt. It's only another 16 minutes.
Sector 2 time is good.
Exactly, child's play.
Your engine temperatures are looking better now.
Fucking hell. supposed to behave yourself. Go on, be a friend. Oh, I got 2.5 seconds coming onto the Nottingham. How badly can we finish the lap?
Okay, John.
More than 39, maybe.
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
Maybe that would be a big ask.
Well, my potential says that 39 flat can be done, but yeah, I'm not sure I've got that.
It's putting it all together into a single lap that's always critical. Especially as you get towards the end of the lap and you see that, oh, okay, I'm a second up, and then the pressure builds, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we'll take that.
Oh, very nice. Very nice, 140.
The question is there a loop back into the pit lane on this version? Apparently not.
Yeah, they've left that little loop thing in, but you can't use it for a flying lap because it invalidates your next lap.
Yeah, no,
unfortunately.
I found it. It's cool.
Yeah, it's nice. It's just a shame it'd be quite good for starting a flying lap, wouldn't it? Which is what it's designed for.
Oh no, it's pinging me the wrong way now.
Pit speed limit.
Oh, there we go. I'm in the pits. It's fine.
Okay, John, your engine temperatures are looking better now.
Alright, anyway, I'm going to call it there.
Send me the name or whatever on a DM of that shifter that you've got. Because I'll certainly take a look at it, mate, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, of course. I'll find the details and send it over. Anyway, cheers, Jay. See you around.
Cheers, mate. Bye-bye.